This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we just discussed about Salesforce, right? What exactly is Salesforce? What are the different products are available and the license part, and how we can do the practice in how we can get the practice environment, right? So we have seen everything yesterday. So today we'll start our day one. So did we created yesterday our practice environment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me check. Let me copy that name. Okay. So you can also create your practice environments from this website. Just go to developer.salesforce.com, sign up. Okay. So you can go here, go to this website and then sign up. So just follow the instructions like your first name, last name, your email ID, any role you can select, any company name you can give, and the country you can give any country, and the postal code, which are postal code that you have, we are located, and the username. So username should be in the form of name@company.com. Okay. So once you given sign up, then it will send you an email alert on your email, whatever email ID that you mention here, and then verify that. Then it will ask you to set the password, right? So yesterday we did everything this, and now let us log into our account. So how to log into Salesforce? Login.salesforce.com. Okay. So to create an account, developer.salesforce.com. to to log in to that account every day, login.salesforce.com. So let me log in with our account name, user ID, and the password. Login. So today we'll go through this app, what are the options are there, and everything we'll try to see. So this is a logo. Okay, so you see this is a logo for which company we are implementing. That company logo we can keep, or else we can also change, like, if two things, like you can change this logo, or else if we leave it as it is, it will be visible like this default Salesforce logo. So it depends upon the companies when they are using Salesforce. If they are, some of the companies are passionate about Salesforce logos, so they will keep as it is. Some of the companies will keep their logos. Okay. Now there is a dotted line below here. Okay. Nothing but the app launcher. So as I told, Salesforce is a ready-made software, right? Salesforce is a ready-made software, and once you got this software, once a company brought this software, by default, by default they will have by default they will have these apps, like you can find sales and service, sales cloud, sales app, and service app, nothing but sales cloud and service cloud, and you see the marketing and community others here. But since it is a practice environment, they mention everything, but marketing cloud is a different action altogether. Okay. So if you go to Salesforce website, okay, so we have a different product, right? So Salesforce is giving a different services. If we click on the product, we have a sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud, financial cloud, manufacturing cloud. So many clouds are available here, but in this training we are focusing on sales and service cloud. Okay. In this training, complete this training, Salesforce sales cloud and service cloud admin, we are going to be focused. So you might have a question, then how about this, all these financial cloud, marketing cloud, health cloud, CPQ, or others? So those you can get an exposure when you are working. So there is no special place where you get trained on all these clouds. Okay. So we cannot get personally trained on here. So if you want to work on financial cloud, if you want to work on other clouds, not only financial cloud, marketing cloud, others, we should have the basic experience of sales and service cloud. If you know this, if you know sales cloud and service cloud, then only we can work on other clouds, remember. So we cannot directly work on other clouds. So Salesforce also recommends that, okay, if you want to work on other clouds, let's have a basic understanding about the sales and service cloud. So because here, whatever the concepts that we are going to be talk, those concepts will help us to better understanding about these products. Okay, so we'll be focusing on sales and service cloud. So now this company brought a license, right? So generally in the real time, what happens, let's say the company want to use a sales cloud. Okay, the company want to use a sales cloud, so they will buy any of these license, they will buy any of these license called, either they can go with an essential, professional, enterprise, unlimited. So as we discussed, these are depends upon the company, like depends upon the size of the business and how they are looking the product. If they don't want more sort of customization as well as configuration, they're happy with the standard functionalities. They don't want to change anything as it is. If they want to use the software without any changes, they can prefer essential and professional. And here the software wise will get a lot of limited functionalities, a lot of limited. Okay, in case if you want to go for any sort of integrations also, it has a lot of limited APIs, so it will not support. But that's why people will go with, majority of the cases they'll go with enterprise or unlimited. So as we told, okay, so we are talking this training on a project base, right? So let me go with that way. Let's consider this company brought a Salesforce platform, like this company brought a Salesforce software. Now what happened once they brought the license from Salesforce?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, are we doing this again?
What
We did,
you are
are
thinking
we,
demo? No, 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 no,
no,
no,
because we did this, sir. I've done this third time. I am not moving forward. That's why.
no, 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 no. You feel that you, since you are listen few of the classes, you feel the same way. Don't worry.
Okay.
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 Okay. No. So let me ask one question. Okay. So if a company brought a license, okay, so what they get by default? Tell me. I'm asking you only, Cha. If
Sorry,
a
sorry.
company brought a license,
Yeah,
okay. No, I'm saying that if a
yeah.
company brought a license, okay, so what they will get by default?
They will get access to the Salesforce cloud for whatever license they've purchased.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Continue.
So you said if they get like if the question is what will they get when they buy the license? So I said depending on whatever cloud license they've purchased, they'll get that X amount of licenses that they purchased. So if they want to do sales and they want to reach their customer base, they'll buy the sales license or marketing, depending on which industry or stream they are in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Will they get
Mm-hmm.
everything together?
Everything. What do you mean by everything?
Don't worry. So I'm not repeating anything. Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
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 So so what I'm saying, this company decided to use a decided to use Salesforce. Okay. So once they decided to use a Salesforce, okay. So what they have to do, they have they have to buy the license. Now let's consider this company brought the license. Okay. So where you can check, okay, once they brought the license, what Salesforce will do, so they will create one user ID. Okay, they will create one user ID. Okay, on which name, so whoever has been contacted to Salesforce from RD, so we are talking about the company called RD, right? So that company, maybe they will have one contact person, so that person will contact to Salesforce, right? So when he contact to Salesforce to brought a license on his name or any of the official names, okay, or email ID, Salesforce will give one login, what Salesforce will give the access. Okay, so what Salesforce does, how many licenses that they brought. Let's say they brought 100 licenses. Okay, so what Salesforce do? Salesforce will give you one login. Okay, and they says that on this login I given admin rights. Okay, I given admin rights. Okay, I given admin rights. Now it's up to you. You want to go with the, you want to, so now up to you. What I did, I'm giving a ready-made software to you. Okay, so this is a login. In this login I enabled remaining 99 licenses. Okay, so you paid me for 100 licenses. One account I already created for you. Okay, so that is the software. In that software I enable 99 logins. So what you can do, you can create 99 users. So if you want to create for this login, whatever login that I'm giving to you, so I'm giving an admin rights. So where you can find, so if you go to the set, if you go to the setup, okay, if you go to the setup, in the setup there is a quick find box. Just type company information. Okay, just click on company information. So if you scroll down, there is a section called user license, and on the top of above you see the organization name, which company brought a license. So I given at the time of creating a developer edition, whatever the name that you provide in the company, that name came. But in the real time what happens means, okay, at the time of purchase the software, the company might have given the all the details. Okay, so those details we can store under the company, like we can like Salesforce will get from the contract agreement form. Means the company, when they are trying to buy a license, one second, hold on. Okay, so now this company, when they brought a Salesforce license, at the time of buying the license, this company might have filled a document. So that document will call it as a contract agreement sign. Okay, contract. For example, if you want to buy a internet connection at your home, you might have filled up some forms, right? So no one will give you, without taking your details, any kind of service. Same way, from Salesforce also will they will also need some information before they sell a product to any of the company. So in Salesforce, what Salesforce will do, if before they give a license to, before they give an access to any of the company, from the company they will take all the details, their company details. So those details we can store under the form called contract agreement form. So what Salesforce will do, from the contract agreement form, whatever the details that company has given, so the company name and what is the company address, where it is located, and who is the contact person from that company, all those details we can see in the contract agreement form. So what Salesforce will use, so they will have an internal system. From that system, at the time of creating an access for that company, in the company information, they will pull up all the details from the contact agreement form. So he is the, what is the company name, and who is the contact person, and which country from this company is located. Okay, and the default time zone, and everything will come automatically. And you can change all of this, will come one by one. We can change the time zone, we can change the currency also, we can change. Okay, so I'm talking here. So when Salesforce will enable the access to, for the RD company, when Salesforce allowed to give an access to them, they will create one account. Okay, so they will mention here how many licenses they brought. So if I say user in Salesforce, means he will have a license type called Salesforce, and how many licenses that the company has brought, it will mention here. And whatever account that created, they might have created one account, and remaining it shows here. So we'll talk about this again in the user administration. I'm just giving a heads up here, saying that when a company brought a license, the first time they will get one user ID and password from the Salesforce. That user ID and password, the company will share with the technical team, maybe an admin or maybe a developer, whatever it may be. Okay, so he is contacting them from this software team. Okay, if I want to put it in very common language. Now let's go through this. So this is the logo, right? This is an app launcher. In the real time you can see only sales and service cloud, not others. Okay, so we can see only sales here. We can log in. So this is in a sales app. So whatever you see hoodie with hot symbol 21, this is a current release. Okay, now I'll getting around the app. Nothing but this is an navigation bar. Okay, standard navigation bar. So we have two type of navigations. One is a standard, another one is a console. Okay, so the on the standard navigation bar, this is an app name on which app that the user has been logged in, and this how the end user screen will look like. Okay, and these are opportunities, lead, task, account, contact. We'll call it as a tabs. Okay, we'll call it as a tabs, but in the backend these will call it as a tables. In Salesforce language, table will call it as an object. That also will talk. And we get some test data here, right? So this data you can search from here, or else you can select all any of the account particular object. In that, whatever record that you want to search, you can search. So as I mentioned, if you want to perform any admin activity, there is a small gear icon. Click on that. It shows setup, and you can go to the setup. So from here you can perform any of the admin activities. On the left side, you have a lot of options. By using any of the options, we can perform the activity. Now, in interview, you will get this question. Can you please explain me the basic tables, the basic objects? What are the default objects are available in Salesforce? Okay, what are the default objects are available in Salesforce? Now that's what we are going to talk now. Okay, so the default tables, nothing but default objects available in Salesforce are campaign, lead, account, and then contact, opportunity. Okay, and then case, user. Okay, so these are the different type of, these are the different basic tables are available in Salesforce, nothing but basic objects. Okay, if they specifically ask what are the default objects are available for sales cloud, you can talk about campaign, lead, account, contact, opportunity. And if they are asking about service cloud, you can talk about case, account, contact. Okay, so user stores the user related info. Okay, so we'll come back one by one. What exactly is this? Okay, let's say now the company RD. So we are talking about here the company called RD, right? So that company basically they are into electronic sales. That company they are into electronic sales. Since that company is into sales, okay, so how they are selling the product? To sell the product, what companies will do generally, they need to promote their product, right? They have to do a lot of marketing. So without marketing, nothing is going to be happen, right? Even though if it's an Apple, even though if it is an Mercedes Benz, or even though it is an Audi, if the company is not doing any brand promotion activity, then public, how they can know that they have been launched a new product, right? So marketing is a never ending process. So the company has to brand themselves. You might have seen on the TVs, on the news channel, everywhere. When you go through the social media also nowadays, you'll be getting a lot of ads. Then what is the reason behind to ad? Means to inform that they are in launched a new product, and if you want to, if you are interested in that product, you can contact, and you can contact to that company, and you can buy, right? So now let's say this company started doing marketing. Okay, let's say this, they brought a new range of laptop. in electronics category, and those laptops they want to sell. And this company had done a lot of marketing, a lot of brand promotion, okay, a lot of advertisement, whatever it may be. The main agenda is to promote the product. Let's promote the product in a market so that they will get a lot of enquiries. Okay, so now the marketing activity is going on. Okay, so once the marketing activity is going on, they are getting a lot of enquiries. So I'll be taking an inquiry here, not a person individual inquiry. So in business we have two things, right? Business to customer, B2C, right? Business to business means some companies can buy a product from RD, or a individual customer also can buy a product from RD. So I'll talking about here, I'm just talking about here the company. So some companies are buying a bulk products from RD. So let's say one company called, the company called ABC company, which is looking for a bulk product. So suddenly they went to the advertisement and they have seen the ad. So from ABC company, maybe some operational manager or someone is there who is the responsible to buy products, and he has gone through the advertisement. Let's say his name is Subhan. Okay, he has gone through the advertisement, and he called to RD saying that, hey, I'm Subhan, myself Subhan, I'm from ABC company, and I'm looking for a product which we have gone through your advertisement. So I would like to know more about your product, and if you're interested, then maybe we can go ahead and place an order. So then RD, from RD company, maybe an executive, maybe the executive who's available on the front, means maybe in a what do you call it, as a service center, sorry, not service center, uh, any word that name, when you call to any toll free numbers, you will the sales
Service.
executives. Okay, yeah, the executives might be asked a lot of questions, from which companies are you, and what is your company name. So your name, then contact details he will take, right? So we might have given a contact name, and then an email ID. Okay, so now what will happen, these details will share with the sales team, right? Now the sales team, from sales team, maybe let's say I put up an inquiry from New Jersey. Okay, so the persons, the sales executives who are available in New Jersey, they got my details and they started calling me saying that, hey, we got your details and we came to know that you are looking for a product. Okay, so could you please give us a time so that we'll come and meet you and try to explain, and if you are interested, we'll take it forward. Okay, so they'll not say this, they'll say that we want to meet and we want to explain more about the product and we want to understand your need. So that guy, sales guy, will come and he will meet, right? And he will try to explain what exactly the products and why we need to go with an RD product, why not HP, why not with other Dell and other laptops, why only from RD we need to buy the laptop. So he will try to do his best. See, if I impress, I'll buy a product. If not, I'll say no, whatever configuration I'm looking and the features are not available with you, so maybe we can look it for, take it forward in the next future. And he says no. So what will happen in the sales? Maybe yes or no, right? So this is complete sales process, right? So once, let's say, ABC company brought a laptop. Okay, so they brought the laptop and they are using the laptop. Over a period of time, they need a service. They may reach to RD for service, right? So this is how the sales and service was doing by RD. Now whatever the conversation I discuss here, so these conversation, all the data, we can put it in a different tables. Okay, so campaign means it stores the marketing information. Campaign means it stores the marketing information. Okay, campaign means it stores the marketing information. Okay, so once they have done the marketing, what kind of marketing they are doing, whether doing an advertisement or whether they are doing social media ad, whatever it may be, so that they can see in the marketing campaign. means all the marketing information we can store under the campaign table. A lead means once a marketing has done what are the enquiries. So what enquiry we got? So this is an enquiry, right? So this enquiry we can store under the lead table. Next, what is an account means? What is an account means? The company. What is the company name? ABC. So that company name we can store under the table called account. And the contact means, so who is the contact person from ABC? That contact person name and his phone number and his email ID, everything we can store under the contact. Okay, so what exactly opportunity means? The entire details you can see here along with the business need. Okay, what kind of quantity of the product, what kind of product, and when they are expecting, and the quantity and everything we can see in the opportunity. Okay, next case means, let's say this company brought the product and they are using a product and they might have get an issue regarding the product, right? So that issue we can so that issue, okay, the case means whatever the issue that they are facing, those details we can store under the case, and what kind of solution that RD company has given to them, everything we can store under the case object. Means product related, how they handle the service, what kind of service they have given, and what kind of resolution that they have given, and what kind of problem came, and what kind of resolution that they have given, everything we can store under the case object. So users means user related information we can store. So these are the default objects are available in Salesforce. So what do you mean by object? Let me put it in this way. Object is nothing but a table. So what do you mean by table? Table is nothing but collection of records. What do you mean by record? Record is nothing but combination of rows and columns is nothing but a record, and the number of records will form the table, and the number of tables will form the database, right? So these are the columns, right? These are the columns, correct? According to the column we given the information, right? The user entered the information. Now the combination of these columns and whatever the information that we provided, it forms the record. The combination of columns and whatever the information that we entered, it forms the record. Now the number of records forms the table. So table is nothing but, in Salesforce we'll call it as a, in Salesforce table we'll call it as an object only. Okay, object is nothing but table only. So what do you mean by table? Object nothing but collection of record, collection of data, I can say. Okay, are we clear till now?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, and once you join in a company, okay, so you might have gotten access to Salesforce, right? So no, don't ask to anyone saying that which cloud that we are using. Just see the data model here. On the navigation bar, if you are able to see the campaign lead and account contact and opportunity, they are using Sales Cloud. Okay, so wherever you see on the navigation bar, campaign lead and account contact and opportunity, maybe you might have gotten a document. Okay, solution document, maybe you got a document, data model document from your client. Okay, on the document if they mention, like not from the client, sorry, from the your technical manager, okay, about the project. So initially when you join in the project, they might be given a KT, right? So in the time maybe they might be explained, okay, so these are the they'll try to explain the database architecture, means how the tables and everything got organized. So if you see campaign lead and account contact and opportunity, wherever, consider they are using Sales Cloud. And if you see case, they are using campaign lead and account contact means Sales Cloud, campaign case means Service Cloud. Okay, so if in interview anyone asks, can you explain me the default can you explain the default objects in Salesforce, means they are expecting you to explain about all these: campaign, lead, account, contact, opportunity, case, and user. Okay, next let's do some basic settings here. So for example, if you go to the setup, let's go to the company information. So click on company information. So just edit here. So we can change the, by mistake, the primary contact number. If it is came by default different name, you can change anytime. And you can change the local settings. Default it is in English. If you want to change to any other language, you can change. And whichever language that the user can understand, that language also you can change here. And the default time zone, in which country the company is located, the time zone also you can keep. Okay, let's say if the company is from India, you can select to IST plus 5:30. Okay, let it be default, I'm not changing anything. And we have something called currency settings. So here it shows by default USD. And if you come back to the user screen here, if you go to the if you go to the opportunity, for example, we can see all the records. Let's open all the records, see all the opportunities. Means by default Salesforce has given us some data. So see the data, whatever the records that you see, each record stores the amount in the form of dollar, right? See, it's a dollar. Beside the amount there is a dollar symbol. So if you want to change to the currency to any Indian currency, so Hindi INR, then save. So whichever currency that your customer is looking, so that currency type you can change. Just come back here, refresh. Right, all the currency got changed. Let's say if they're looking to see in Japanese, you can change to Japanese. Okay, whichever currency they are looking. So edit. So let me tell you one thing. So in this entire training I'll be using two screens. Okay, so if I'm in a setup, means I'll be performing the admin activity. Once I did the admin activity, to check the output, I'll come back here. I'll come back to the user screen. Okay, now I just came to the setup here again. So in the setup, let me change the currency to a default USD itself. I'll keep USD. And we have something called activate multiple currency. And one more thing, before you activate the multiple currency, we should get a proper email communication, because once you activated the multiple currency, you cannot revert back. Okay. So before you activating multiple currency, make sure you have a proper approval, or else if they says that no, I need a multiple currency, once you activate it, if they says no, we not required, you cannot revert back. Okay. Save. Okay. So since I revert back to USD, you can see here the USD itself. Okay. So basically, whatever the screen that we are able to see, okay, on the navigation bar, this can be drag and drop. Means let's say I want to see campaign first, select drag and drop. Okay, campaign, and then lead, and then account, and then contact, opportunity. Okay, and if you don't want this, you can remove also. From where? Just click on the personalized bar. Okay, so from here, whichever you don't want, add more items. If you want to add more items, just go to all. Okay, whichever you want, you can select and add. Okay, if you don't want, leave it. And if you want to reset to default view, you can select reset to default view. Okay, next. Next. So there is a question mark here, right? It shows Salesforce help. Anytime if you want to read anything about Salesforce, whatever the topics that we are discussing, so you can just go here, search here, and you will get, or else you can go to the help.salesforce.com. From there you can get read. Okay, now just click on the user button here. So the user profile, just go to the settings, user settings, not this one, and just click on user. Okay, so we can change these settings. User personal details you can change. Okay, you can write about yourself. Okay, let's say I'll write that. So myself, and I am working as an admin. You can write about yourself. Okay, so however you want, whatever you self introduction you can write, so that people when they try to see your profile, they can see about you. Okay, and you can edit your email IDs, and so there is an option here. Just click on edit, so you can change your all the details. Okay, you can give your address, phone numbers. Okay, everything you can give, and which group that you belongs to. Okay, any file shared with you, and any followers for you. So followers means we have a charter in Salesforce. From charter, okay, we can follow each other. That also we'll discuss in the charter. Okay, so and how many of them you are following, how many of them you are following, and how many of you have followers, you can see. And if whatever post, you can also chat here. This is a chatting application where you can post any message, you can ask any questions, and you can poll any surveys. Okay, whatever you want you can do. Okay, so whatever you have done, the activity will update here, and click on user details. It takes you to the user administration. So whatever details that you mention here, it will update there itself. Okay. So next topic, we'll talk about the apps and the data model in tomorrow's session. Any questions? So
No,
tomorrow we'll talk about the apps and the data model.
so what
Yes,
is
tell me.
multiple currency? You said it can't be
Multiple
reverted back.
currency. Yes, multiple
But-
currency means. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask, like, what is, so since we can't use it because we can't revert, what does it do?
That's what saying. For example, you mention here as an USD. The default currency is USD. Okay. So let's say the company is located globally, and some of the users are from Singapore, some of the users from London, some of the users from India. Okay. So they everyone not interested to see everything in a USD, right? They want to
Correct.
see in their local currency.
Mhm.
And you can define the exchange rates also. That also we'll discuss going
Got it.
forward. I just given a heads up. Okay.
Okay.
So we can activate, depends upon the country the user login. So we can activate the multiple currency, so that so his local currency format he can see.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll try to
Yes.
define. I'll show you how to define the currency, how we can define the exchange rates and everything. I'll show you.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. So please share your email IDs. I'll send you a recording, yesterday's one and this one. Please share your email IDs in the chat. Yeah, people. Any questions?
No, I think I have some other question later on. Is it are you going to end the today? The
Are we
class?
going to?
Are you going to close the class today now?
Yes, I'm done for today. Yes.
Okay. So I have the question is I was looking for the Salesforce, the how to get in. So need the admin license or something. I said I have to go for the exam or something.
Okay. So it means you are asking about certification.
Certification is. Do I need the certification for
Yes.
this?
Nowadays people are expecting certifications.
Is it hard? Is it hard to get the certificate like the exam?
No
or how?
issues, you can clear. Don't worry, you can clear. With my training, you can definitely clear. Don't worry.
Okay.